Aidan had one dream: to become a world-class swimmer. Ever since he was a child, he loved the feeling of gliding through the water. He trained harder than anyone else, waking up before dawn to practice, pushing his limits every single day. His dedication paid off. By the time he was a teenager, he had won several junior championships, and people started calling him a future star. But then, life tested him. When Aidan reached the national level, he faced competitors stronger, faster, and more experienced than him. In his first major competition, he dived in with all his might. But by the time he reached the finish line, everyone else had already touched the wall. He finished last. Humiliated and heartbroken, Aidan sat by the pool, staring at the water that once felt like home, but now felt like an enemy. Maybe I'm not good enough, he thought. Maybe this dream isn't for me. His coach noticed his disappointment and sat beside him. He placed a hand on Aidan's shoulder and said, "Listen, success and failure are both temporary. Today, you lost. Tomorrow, you might win. What matters is whether you keep going." Those words lit a spark in Aidan's heart. He realized that one failure didn't define him, and even if he had won, that victory wouldn't have defined him either. What mattered was progress. What mattered was perseverance. So he got back to training. But this time, he trained smarter, not just harder. He focused on improving his weaknesses, strengthening his endurance, and refining his techniques. Day after day, month after month, he pushed forward, even when progress felt slow. Years later, Aidan found himself standing at the Olympic trials. The same boy who once finished last was now competing with the best. As the buzzer sounded, he dived in, his body cutting through the water like a blade. He gave everything he had, every ounce of strength, every lesson he had learned. As he reached the finish line, he looked up at the scoreboard. First place. Tears welled up in his eyes, not just because he won, but because he didn't let failure stop him. Life is like swimming against the current. Some days you move forward effortlessly. Other days you struggle just to stay afloat. But no matter how strong the waves are, if you keep going, you will reach your destination. So, when life knocks you down, remember this: success and failure are only temporary. What truly matters is that you keep moving forward, because your moment will come.